Most rapes committed against women are committed by an intimate partner, like a spouse, boyfriend, or girlfriend, or someone else they know, like a friend or family member or acquaintance. Most victims of rape or sexual assault are females younger than 24 years of age. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month in an effort to raise awareness to the problem. Joining us in the studio is Karen Lay, Program Manager with the Rape and Recovery Program at Peace River Center. Hello. Welcome to the studio today.
Thank you.
Okay, Peace River Center has several events lined up for the month of April in recognition of the Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Why don't you tell us a little more about the history of that month and what you guys are doing?
Okay. Well, like a lot of other awareness campaigns, like cancer awareness, everybody kind of knows it's pink and it's October. So one of the ideas was to raise awareness about sexual assault and interpersonal violence. So April was the month that's been chosen. It's been done for a number of years now. And the first thing we're going to actually do is at the very end of March, which is a walkathon that will kick off on the Florida Southern campus off Johnston Avenue in parking lot VA on 8:30 that Saturday morning. We are asking people if they would call and pre-register so we know about how many sizes of what t-shirts, and we're charging $10 per person and $5 for students. And of course, we do want to raise money and awareness. We will have some drinks and snacks provided for the walkers when they finish, and that's our first big event. And at the very end of the month, like the April 29th, is what we call Denim Day. And Denim Day actually started as a protest in Italy. A young lady was sexually assaulted by her driving instructor when she was 18 years old. And in the lower court, he went to jail, he was sentenced. But then in the Supreme Court, when it went up higher because they protested, the consensus of that judge was that because her jeans were so tight that she had to help him take off her jeans, that she had given consent. And therefore it wasn't sexual assault. And in protest, women in Italy wore jeans to say this is not okay, and it's spread pretty worldwide now. At Peace River, we encourage not only our own employees to wear denim on that day and to donate to the cause, we're also looking for any other businesses that might be interested. We can supply them with information, stickers, and more, box to put their money in or collect it in. And then throughout the month, we will have what we call, well, the restaurants call them spirit nights. In the past, we've had several restaurants help us out, like Olive Garden and Chili's, and probably those will again this year. We don't have the dates yet for their spirit night. But what happens on a spirit night is they set that day or evening aside, and when people come in with the flyer and they say they're from, or they're here about Spirit Night for Peace River Sexual Assault Awareness, a percentage of the check then is donated back to the sexual assault program. And one of the things that a lot of people may not be aware of is that all our services are free. There's no insurance required. And one of the reasons for that is we do want people who've been victimized to come seek services. Unfortunately, statistically, according to the FBI, less than about 10% of people who are sexually assaulted actually report or tell anyone. And we want to change that. We know for a fact that people who hurt other people continue to do that it's not a one-time deal, that usually 6 to 8 is the average, according to people who've been arrested and ended up in jail, before they're caught or something changes.
That's a terrible
and so
statistic.
We want those other people, whether they were sexually assaulted 24 hours ago or 5 years ago or more, to come in. We do provide counseling services, and since October of 2012, there's been actually some relocation money available for victims if it's someone who knows where they live, that the state of Florida will help them move to another location so they can be safer. So that's definitely something we want people to know about.
So that's the basis of the Rape and Recovery Program, is that you help local victims or anybody who has been a victim of sexual assault or sexual abuse to give them a resource, somewhere to go to get help.
Correct.
Okay.
And we offer at different times, different groups. Primarily we do individual, but also because we respond to the hospitals when we get a call. our advocates go and are present when someone's getting a forensic exam done at the hospital. But that's only about 15 or 20% of what we do. The other 80% is education. We are constantly doing groups at different locations. We have several going on right now where we talk about, some people don't, particularly young people, when they first start dating, they don't know what's normal. And so when we talk about, is it ever okay for someone to push you down? Is it ever okay for someone to call you names? We want to raise their level of awareness that if someone's treating them that way, that's not positive. We're not saying they're necessarily going to hurt them, but that's the first step in someone being treated less than. And we want to make young women and young men aware. Statistically, depending on where you look, it's 1 in 10 young men or 1 in 13, depending on which statistics you're looking at. And that's just way too many, both boys and girls being sexually assaulted and abused.
Okay, and if somebody is needing help, how do they need to find you, or how can they contact you?
Our 24-hour hotline is 863-413-2707. And they can call anytime and a live person will answer and talk to them. They will also try to encourage them to come in for counseling or for a forensic exam. Most forensic exams do take place at different hospitals, but at our center we do have a forensic room, which it can happen right there in the center. We have an agreement with the Polk County Health Department, and they will come and perform the forensic exam on a victim. One of the nice things about that is it's a lot more comfortable and homey than in a hospital setting. I don't know if you've been in a hospital emergency room recently, but there's a lot of noise, a lot of people in and out, a lot of commotion. And in our center, they're in the room with the nurse, and we find that's a more comfortable environment for most people, and so we do have that available.
I can imagine that would be a lot more comfortable. So it sounds like you have a program that offers a very good service to our community, and so as part of that and part of raising awareness, let's talk a little bit more about the events that you kind of gave us a run through of. So you have the walkathon coming up on March 28th, and it is in the parking lot
on Florida Southern campus off of Johnson Avenue. If you know Lake Hollingsworth, and Johnson Avenue is one-way street, so off of Lake Hollingsworth you come up Johnson and it's the very first parking lot.
Okay, and they're basically doing laps that day?
Well, actually, we're just doing, this is our first walkathon, so we don't know exactly all the details yet, but our plan is to have people pre-register, and we'll have shirts available. And then when people show up and we have a cluster of 10 or 15, we'll encourage them to go ahead and start walking around the lake. And what we'd like to see is groups of people walking around the lake from about 8:30 to 11, like just a constant stream of people with the t-shirts as other people drive by or other walkers are out walking.
So that they can see them.
And then, of course, if anyone wants more information, we will have information in by the parking lot there off Johnson, where we will have, like, so we're going to have water and snacks for when people get through walking.
Okay,
and
so to register, to pre-register, they need to call the main line, the 863-413-2708.
Yes, that's our office number, yes.
Okay, and also for Denim Day, that's locally within Peace River, but you're encouraging local businesses to participate. So if they want to participate, they call the same number.
Correct.
And you'll provide them with stickers or any other information they need in order to do that.
Yes.
Okay, that good. And also, if people are looking for information on the Spirit Nights, once that information is released, how do they get that?
They can call the office, or we're going to try to put flyers out at different locations. We can certainly send you some flyers. Whoever, I don't know how y'all would distribute them or if that would be possible, but we certainly want to get the word out in the community and get more people to show up at different Spirit Nights. Basically, if you're going to eat out, you might as well eat out this night and give us a percentage back of the money.
Absolutely. So it sounds like you have a lot of information and a lot of events coming up, and the best contact information, it seems, is to just call.
Correct.
And to ask. We appreciate you coming out today. This is a really worthy thing to bring awareness to.
Thank you.
So we welcome you to join Peace River Center in raising awareness for Sexual Assault Awareness Month by attending these events. Saturday, March 28th is the walkathon at Florida Southern College off of Johnson Street in parking lot VA. The cost for this event is $5 for students, $10 for adults. A shirt will be included. Please pre-register by calling 863-413-2708 by Friday, March 20th. Also join them for Denim Day, which is going to be Wednesday, April 29th. If your local business would like to participate, please contact Peace River Center at 863-413-2708. And their website is www.peacerivercenter.org.